Welcome back to Capital Today. Right now in our next segment, we're going to talk about something really interesting, a business model which has been tried and tested and proven very successful, which is a franchising model. That's right, where you have seen it around the world, a duplication of the business process which has resulted in the industry flourishing. Now today we have a very special guest, Lydia Jominin, who is a principal franchise advisor from Smart Franchise Partners Sdn Bhd, who is going to talk a little bit more with regards to franchising here in Malaysia. Over to you, Shikin.
Hi, welcome back to Capital Today. Today I actually have a very interesting person to talk to, Lydia Jominin, who is actually the principal franchise advisor for Smart Franchise Partners Sdn Bhd.
Yes.
Welcome to our show, Lydia.
Thank you for inviting me.
So Lydia, can you just give us a bit of background about yourself and how you actually got involved in franchise consulting?
Okay. I actually studied in biomedicine degree before, but then I found out somewhere in the middle that maybe medicine is not my passion. So I switched to business, but by then it was too late to study business because I was in the middle of medical degree. So what I do is I have to find something that is very easy for me to tap on, which is while studying plus doing business at the same time. So I end up with a franchise business.
So you were doing a franchise while you were studying?
Yes, on my final year of the degree. So I was a franchisee for a saloon business before, and then a chain restaurant business from Korea before. So I ran it for like 5 years before actually I decided into forming our own consultancy firm.
So what does your firm do actually as a business consultant for franchise?
We give an advice to business people on how to set up the system, on how to make it a franchisable business model. They are already very good and they're master on how to operate their current business, but become a business operator and become a franchisor is require different skill sets, and it's a different ball game altogether. So we are there because myself co-founded this company with a partner of mine, which is Mr. Saharuddin. So both of us have the experience on became a CEO and franchisor and a franchisee ourselves. So with that experience, our advice is based on our actual experience rather than a textbook. So it's benefits so far many businesses.
Okay. So what was the key challenges when you started up? I mean, because you were a franchisor and franchisee before,
yes,
but setting up a business consultancy firm, what was your key challenges?
It was not easy back then because when we first started at 2008, back then nobody really heard about franchise consultancy firm. They are already used with a business coaching firm or training firm, but franchise consulting firm, they're like neither here neither there. So what we do since then is to try to educate as many business owners possible. So we do a nationwide roadshow. Even for the last 2 years we have been traveling up and down throughout Malaysia. More than 50 roadshow that I can count so far. That means it's about more than twice a month we do, just to educate 100, 200 people, business owner, what they need to do today in order for them to be able to franchise, let's say in 2 years, 3 years. So education and awareness is a key thing in Malaysia. So since then slowly we make our name in the industry.
Okay. So you mentioned that you do franchise consultancy. Are your target market franchisors or future franchisees?
Our clients are mostly prospect franchisors, meaning the business owners themselves. But we do assist our clients, meaning the franchisors, to seek for franchisee via an activity of recruitment of franchisees. So if you went to our Facebook, Smart Franchise Partner Facebook, we frequently update a brochure like cupcake, like this Saturday, one of our clients in the Curve, Cupcake Chic, we will have a franchise talk for them. So that's where all the prospect franchisee can come over, and we can have a so-called an open day for them. They can ask any questions, and we can reveal the information on how much to set up, how much fees that it require, what is the terms and conditions set by the franchisors, and what is the USP of the brand. So if they feel that it is suitable for them, like in terms of costing, in terms of the nature of business, then they would sign up on the spot. So that's what we do on the daily basis. We live in franchise industry full-time basis. So,
okay, that's good. Okay, that was your capacity as a franchise business consultant.
Yeah.
As a franchisor, what was the challenges as a franchisor that you saw?
And it is a challenge that is most business owners face, which is manpower. Normally, it's manpower, timing, money is an issue, capital. So in terms of manpower, they come and go. In terms of let's say managing our franchisee is one thing, then the franchisee managing their staff is one thing. So we have to do a constant training, constant motivation for them to keep on to the business, because minimum signing contract between franchisee and franchisor is 5 years as per our Franchise Act 1998. So we are bound to a 5 years relationship minimum. So what we do, we need to constant support and giving training to franchisees, to our subordinates, especially if you have more than 50, more than 100 numbers. Currently, we are franchise of Mat Salai Sdn Bhd. So Mat Salai is a burger stall. We are having now like 1,500 franchisees all over Malaysia. So it's like, it's a constant daily challenges, and burger business is not something that they can open morning to night. It's a night business. It's a stall market. It's a 6 p.m. onwards market. They can open it until morning. Then they have to go home and sleep, take a rest, prepare, then 5 o'clock open back their stall. That's what we do with 1,500 franchisees on a daily basis.
Okay. So you mentioned a few of the companies, your clients' companies are food-based. Do you do other industries too, or just focus on food?
Okay, the one that we directly engage is F&B business so far. We will venturing into a skincare business. It's a beauty business and also a laundry business, because that's the current need, and we believe this kind of business, laundry and beauty, will be able to sustain for the next 10 to 20 years. So we will venture into that next year, early next year. But in our client list, only 30% of them are from F&B's background. The rest are services sectors, trading, retail, education, childcare business. So there's a lot. We even have a mobile nurse in our system. Meaning the nurses, let's say we are in the interview session here. So let's say my mother fell ill at home, but I can't rush home at the very moment. So we can actually call a hotline number. This is provided by Home Health. They can Google Home Health. There is a hotline number. You can call them, and immediately they will send a qualified nurse to your home and attend to it.
Oh, so you don't actually have to have a full-time nurse.
Yes, and at least, even though we are able to do to go home immediately, but we don't really know what to do immediately. So having a qualified nurse at your home somehow give you a very comfort level. After that, then you can actually.
So, based on what you're saying, is that all business models can actually be modified to become a franchise. Is that true?
We do believe as Smart Franchise Partner, most businesses are franchisable, but not everyone is suitable to become a franchisor. It's not everybody's game, but most businesses,
Okay, that's cool. Well, the recent budget, there was actually an announcement by the Prime Minister about the franchise microfunding. Financing scheme.
Actually, they yet to announce in the budget, in the recent budget, about the franchise micro scheme. But we were trying to do, like, say, an agency like MFA, PNS, even the ROF is trying to ask or to appeal to have more injection on this micro franchise business. So because the previous budget was utilized, was fully utilized, so they're asking more injections on that. So that was yet to be announced in a franchise in the recent budget. So we are still waiting for that.
Oh, okay. So do you see the opportunity for franchising in Malaysia as long term, or is it something that people are just looking at it for a quick one? Because there are some franchises that become franchisors, and then quickly close up after 5 years. So how viable is a franchise?
We do believe with a proper guidelines, with a proper training to the franchisors is highly crucial. We do franchise management training every time we recruit a client, a new client. We have to ensure that they understand what they are going into, the relationship. It is no longer, franchisee is not their employee, they are not the partners, they are not the buddies, so there's no special treatment among franchisees. So we have to inform them, we have to pre-inform them in order for them to really know how to actually execute the franchise system. So normally the cases that you just mentioned is because their lack of information, prior information, because they're unaware on what is franchise all about. Even though franchise already exists in US, Australia, they are very familiar with this, but in Malaysia it is considered at infant stage. It's still new. Good for people like us and good for Malaysian businesses because if you see the statistic, the registered franchise in Malaysia is only 683 brands, compared to the total number of SMEs in Malaysia, 600,000 plus. So that is about what, less than 1% of total SMEs in Malaysia. So there are a lot of room to grow. So we are expecting more positive feedback.
Well, some actually believe that when you actually have a franchise, you become a franchisee, it's a lot easier to start up a business. Would you think that's a misconception, or is that reality because of the fact that you'll be guided by your franchisor when you start up the business?
Why franchise? Why? Well, let's say myself. Last time I was from biomedical line, and then why I ventured into saloon business. I am able to run the business for 2 years. Because without any prior formal education on businesses, on management, but the formal training that they provide, be it theoretically and also on the job training basis, practicality. So I'm able to do your hair now. So it's like even running a restaurant, I don't have the experience before. But because they have a comprehensive training, I signed up with a Korean restaurant. So they sent me to the Korea, where they have a chicken university. It's not, the chicken university is not to teach chicken how to talk, but it's mainly to bring all the franchisees around the world for that particular brand, and they train us, fully train us. So when we back to our hometown, our base, so we are able to run it. Yeah, there's a glitch here and there. Okay, it's a misconception though if a franchisee joined the franchise system because they thought it's a risk-free. No, it is not risk-free, but it's a lesser risk.
Okay. But in Malaysia, our franchisors, we don't have chicken universities, do we? Or maybe like burger universities.
Hamburger university, McDonald's has established it. Malaysia, we don't have yet. We do have PNS Academy.
PNS being?
Perbadanan Nasional Berhad. They are the agency that's spearheading this industry in Malaysia, together with MFA, Malaysian Franchise Association. So on our part, private company like us, Smart Franchise Partner, we are going to establish Smart Franchise Academy, Sdn Berhad, next year, which we will be kick off next year.
It seems like you have a very busy year ahead, and also for the foreseeable future.
This is not the end. It's not, certainly there's a long way to grow, because Malaysia, we reckon some people said Malaysia is a very small market. For us, it's abundance. So it's the other way looking at it.
A lot more not tapped into.
Yes.
Thank you, Lydia. It was a pleasure to have you for this session.
Thank you.
I believe I have another session with you later on.
Yes.
So right now we're going for a quick commercial break, and after we come back, we'll speak again with Lydia and another representative from MFA.